Hello, YouTube. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are all having a good week so far. So today's Wednesday, and you guys know on Wednesdays and Fridays, I like to show you. Well, Wednesdays I like to show you the progress on my WIPs that are time sensitive, and on Fridays I like to show you those WIPs finished. So this is the last WIP I have this month that's time sensitive, and that's for Judy at Wish Peace Crafts. She did a 6 month long make along. This is the last book that's in that series. There was 12 books in total, and each book would be about animals or events and stuff like that. And she wanted us to make book buddies. Now, book buddies can be anywhere from squares that you put together to make a blanket for a young child to snuggle with while reading books, or amigurumis, stuffies, those kind of things, or loveys, like half animal, half little blanket. Um, I went with donuts. I back at the beginning of the year, my son had given me money for Christmas to buy something in the crafting universe that I could use or would love to have, and I went yarn shopping early January. And while I was yarn shopping, I decided to look at pattern books. And I came across this one that's really adorable. I've been loving it so far. And that would be, gotta get it out of the bag, um, Crochet Donut Buddies. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is so adorable. And we had just started the Book Buddy AU. And I thought, oh my goodness, I had so much fun with that. So here's the cover of the book that I used for majority of this make along. Now I do know this book, and there's a different donut book. Like for example, say you're making the elephant. We'll say you're making the elephant. This one's only like more or less the head of the animals. Sometimes there's other little parts and pieces, but mainly just the head part of the animal. Where the other donut book I seen on Amazon, it will give you also all the limbs to make with it. So I do hope to get my hands on that book as well. I do know this one and the other one are both available on the Canadian and US Amazon sites. Other than that, I don't, like, I got mine in store, but other than that, I don't know where you guys might be able to get them. I would say check your local library, especially if there's only maybe one or two donuts you want to make out of it. Then you can at least, photocopy the pattern and such. So, like I said, I made 10 out of that book. The last donut I made, which was for the beginning of the month, the theme for the storybook that she was sharing with us was about soccer. So I kind of designed my own soccer ball ish. It turned out pretty cute, but I could have just made a regular little soccer ball, but I didn't want to. I want to keep with the donut theme. Well, this current book we are using for the Book Buddy AU, there was a few different animals she rhymed off in it, and the one really stuck to me, and I thought, I haven't made one of those yet. Looked in my book of my donuts. Of course, I don't have a pattern for it. So I thought, oh yay, I'm winging it again, which I don't mind. So I was trying to decide if I wanted to make the donut itself the head, or if I want to make a little head to attach. Well, due to there's other parts that got to go on my donut, I thought, okay, we're going to do a separate head, put the eyeballs on it, and attach. Now, there is little antennas. I just did string, tied them in a knot, cut them a decent length, just because I didn't want to crochet them and sew them on. I was looking at other videos for said animal, and I thought, those are so tiny. They're just going to be finicky, and I really don't want to do with it. I just want to get this last project done. So I picked out some yarn out of my bin, some thicker yarn. Well, originally I had made the donut with a Bernette yarn, just a Bernette value yarn. And you gotta love how different value, 100% acrylic, size 4 weight yarn, different brands, different thickness. Well, when I had made the donut originally, I didn't have it all sewn together. And I started stuffing it, and I thought, this is just really thin. Don't like how it's coming out. Well, I had bought some Michael's brand worsted weight yarn that was on for a decent price, and one of the few colors just to stock up my stash. So I had one color that I had not yet used, so I finally used it. I know it's kind of on the darker side again. I do apologize for the lighting in here, but it's like a fuchsia color. Made the donut, made the head, just a little round head. I kind of winged it myself, no pattern. And then I put some little eyes on there. Hope you guys can see them. And then like the little antennas. You're saying, Tammy, what are you making? Well, I've also made one of the pieces that have to come out of the said donut. And again, same yarn, different color. I went with a yellow. And if I hold it like this, hopefully you can tell I'm going to be making a butterfly. So there's going to be that wing, and then there's going to be a wing down here, and then obviously two on the other side. So far I've got the one wing made, and I've just started wing number 2. So that's my WIP for this week. If you like what you see and you're new, please consider subscribing, joining my channel. I would love to have you. Mainly you do yarning stuff on my channel. I knit and crochet, but I also go camping, and I may go watch fireworks or sit by the fire and do little videos for you that way. Hubby and I do go fishing, so I may have fishing updates. I won't have a whole lot this year because we're just going on the free weekends that we have throughout the year. Hopefully next year we'll get my license again to go fishing a lot more. I also do dabble in a first year of gardening on my balcony. So I have updates on the garden for you guys. It's just a few different vegetables I'm growing. So hey, you never know, I might have something you like. Consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.